Try to. Okay, it's recording. Okay, here we go. Now, my lovely secretary is still asleep. So this part is called building Fred. Okay, building Fred. How do you build a free energy device? What is this that we're looking at here? And how do you go about creating something or inventing something, and really you don't want to start from scratch? Okay, do you know what I mean, starting from scratch? Starting from the very beginning. If I worked for Panasonic or if I worked for Bell Labs, I would have the budget to start from scratch. But even those guys don't start from scratch. They start from something that they already know and they already have, and then they modify it. So what I've done is I've started with a very high voltage board. Okay, and you can see this board. I have several of these boards because I've fried quite a few of these, finding out their characteristics. Okay, do you know fried? Michael? What's fried? Xiao jiao. So I fried a lot of these boards, learning what their capabilities are. Because there's a lot of things that are built into electronics, like this is, like from a computer or from a microwave oven. It has very high voltage. It has these high voltage transistors here that get very hot when they're up in the 1,000, 2,000 voltage range. Hello. Thank you. And so you have to start somewhere, and when you're building a device, you have to work with the limitations of the board. But that doesn't mean that your final product, that your production product will have those same limitations. You find out what the limitations here are, and then you change them. So this is a controller, and you see this large chip here? This large chip here is called an EEPROM. That EEPROM is programmable. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, programmable EEPROM. So what I will do is I will take a board like that, and I will redesign it, and then I will put my specifications inside an EEPROM like this. Now, some of you may have heard of Arduino. Has anyone heard of Arduino? This is an Arduino, and if you're interested in becoming an inventor, you should learn two things. You should learn how to program in Python. Okay, do you know Python language? Python, you guys know Python? Just, you've heard the name. Python 3 is great, and it's, do you know this Python?
I have many pieces.
And you have many Arduino? You have Arduino Nano?
Yes.
And AT Mega?
And the A266.
And the A266, yes, it has a bigger, has Wi-Fi, etc. Okay, so I'm going to show you this first because I programmed something on here for you to see. So this is Arduino, and the Arduino is just a little board. I'll get in here a little closer to show you. Okay, this is a programmable chip. Okay, this is like a computer chip. It's in the old days we used to call this an EEPROM. Okay, when I first started electronics, we call it a NEPROM, and that means you program in Python or you program in C++, and you put the program in here, and then it will modify all the signals. So you have the signals coming out of these little ports here, and it does stuff. Now I'm going to show you a great little message here on this little display that I programmed in. The point of this, there was a question, so what's the point of this? The point is that when you're an inventor, you need a method of changing existing technology and putting in your own specifications. So I will program my own specifications into this board. I will change this board. For example, this controller controls a lot of things. It has over voltage protection, over current protection. It has heat sensing capabilities. And all of these things are important to the circuit, but for the microwave. And not necessarily, doesn't necessarily work with this arrangement. Okay, so you will see, when I start this up, when I start Fred up, after about 5 minutes, Fred will overheat. There will be an overcurrent. There will be an overcurrent in the controller, and it will shut down. Okay, so it's an overcurrent protection. So it shuts down automatically. With what you can get, and then you have to change things to make the actual production model. So we're at the point where I will prove to you now over unity. Okay, we'll go back to this idea. Over unity, and we will see that this device consumes less than it produces. So it produces more than it consumes. So it's an over unity device. Okay. Good. Any questions?